Clara, don't pray for me. I'm damned. Fourth part. The first step toward God. Prayer is the first step towards God, and it remains the decisive step. Especially the prayer to she who was the mother of Christ, whose name we never mention. Devotion to her snatches countless souls from the devil, which sin would infallibly deliver into his hands. I continue the story consumed with anger. It's only because I have to. Praying is the easiest thing man can do on earth. And God has linked everyone's salvation to this very simple thing. To those who pray with perseverance, He little by little gives so much light. He strengthens him in such a way that in the end even the most mired sinner can definitively get up again. Even if it were full of sins up to its neck. In the last times of my life, I no longer prayed as I should, and thus I deprived myself of the graces, without which no one can save themselves. Here we no longer receive any grace. Indeed, even if we received them, we would cynically reject them. All the fluctuations of earthly existence have ceased in this other life. From you on earth man can rise from the state of sin to the state of grace, and from grace fall into sin, often out of weakness, sometimes out of malice. With death this rising and falling ends, because it has its root in the imperfection of earthly man. We have now reached the final state. Already as the years grow, changes become rarer. It's true, until death you can always turn to God or turn your back on Him. Yet, almost dragged by the current, the man, before passing away, with the last weak remnants of his will, behaves as he was accustomed to in life. Custom, good or bad, becomes second nature. This drags him with it. This happened to me too. For years I had lived far from God. For this reason in the last call of grace I resolved against God. It wasn't the fact that I often sinned that was fatal for me, but that I never wanted to rise again. You have repeatedly warned me to listen to sermons, to read books of piety. I don't have time, was my standard response. All we needed was to increase my internal uncertainty. Moreover, I must note this, since the matter was now so advanced, shortly before my exit from the Youth Association, it would have been enormously burdensome for me to set out on another path. I felt unsafe and unhappy. But a wall stood in front of the conversion. You must not have suspected it. You thought it was so simple when one day you said to me, "But make a good confession, Anna, and everything is fine." I felt it would be like this. But the world, the devil, the flesh already had me too firmly in their claws.